Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews already. Now, you old school fans may remember that I reviewed this beer, Bell's Oberon Ale, almost 4 years ago. Well, 4 years ago, July 2010, when I was in the Navy Reserves down in Key West, Florida. I never had this beer before. I don't think I ever didn't have Bell's beers before. Anyways, I think that bottle was old at the time, and I thought the beer was like okay. I can't remember what I gave it. It was like a 4 or 5 or 6. I haven't had it in 4 years. We can finally get Bell's here in Albany now. And this is a fairly fresh bottle. It was bottled on March 7th, so I mean this bottle's 3 months old. But we'll take what we can get. So, anyways, let's get to reviewing. Oh yeah, it's not the same glass I reviewed it from, but as you can see, it says Key West right there. This is a glass I got in Key West, so I've had it for the last 4 years. So, anyways, pale wheat ale, so it's real hazy color, kind of looks like a blue moon, just like yellowish, dirty golden color. It had a little bit of a bigger head when I first poured it. I actually made a point. Yeah, there's like a ton of yeast sediment at the bottom of the bottle there. I tried to swirl it up to get it all in, it's not a hef, but almost all wheat ales are, unfiltered to some extent. So anyways, let's get our sniff here. Yeah, it smells like a kind of typical pale wheat ale, like a touch of citrus, a touch of spice, like kind of orange, or it actually kind of smells like Blue Moon, because Blue Moon is supposed to be a wit beer, but it's so watered down or whatever. I mean, this is something that smells bad. It's just that it smells mild. So let's give it a taste. Cheers. Yeah. Well, the first thing I noticed is that it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's a summer beer. Like they say, Oberon or summer ale, an American wheat ale with the color and scent of a summer afternoon, which is what it is right now. So it's a nice Saturday, kind of cloudy, sunny afternoon here. So like the first thing I noticed was like, hey, this is pretty refreshing. The palate was just like the nose. It was mild. I mean, you get like a kind of touch of citrus, kind of like maybe a little bit of orange or lemon, and there's like a real mild spice in there too. See, Bell's, they don't really, I was just on their website for this a minute ago, and they don't really say much, if anything, about the beer, like what goes into it. Like, doesn't say what malt, doesn't say what hops or any added. Just says the addition of wheat malt lends a smooth mouthfeel, mixing a spicy hop character and mildly fruity aromas. And it's brewed as signature house ale yeast, so yeah, it's most definitely not any kind of Bavarian style wheat beer. Yeah, I mean, it has like the general, like it's like a distant cousin of a hef or a wit beer, something like that. I mean, it's just like the very, very obvious American style wheat beer. Good lacing on the glass, though. Even though it didn't have much head, at least it's lacing. That's impressive. Has like kind of like a weedy tang to it. It's not like it's sharp or bitter. I mean, they said spicy hop character. I mean, I really wouldn't pick out the hop character on here or mention anything about it. It's not a particularly bitter beer. I mean, it's about as bitter as any of your. I mean, I just reviewed Blue Moon Summer Honey Wheat or something like that a couple days ago. I mean, this has pretty much the same character going for it, but it just seems a little bit more authentic. Every Blue Moon just seems fake. Yeah, it's like this beer is kind of like it's just like all these flavors that I'm picking up, they're just like so general. It's like a general wheat, it's like a general citrus, and it's like a general spiciness. And like I'm like the good beers. This is one of the ways you can tell a good beer from a not so good beer. A good beer, you pick up the exact, the exact spice. Like, oh, that's coriander. Oh, that's orange peel. Oh, that's clove or cinnamon, whatever. And this, it's kind of like again, it's just kind of like they just like cleared off the spice rack and just like whatever was left at the bottom of the bottles or whatever, just like threw those in. Yeah, I mean, I like it a little bit more than I did when I was in Key West. I think this beer, as it ages, probably that tang really comes out. I mean, I'm getting it now. It's not really bad, and probably the average drinker probably wouldn't even pick up on it. I imagine if it was fresh, it probably wouldn't even be there at all. But that's probably what happened in 2010. It was just like really old and like really tangy and sharp and everything. Yeah, it's okay. It's nothing really special. I mean, Bell's is like, a really renowned brewery, but they also do a lot of generic stuff too, like their porter, their amber, stuff like that. Just kind of middle of the road stuff. Anyways, let's rate this on Rate Beer. I never wrote a text review of this 4 years ago, so this will be the first time. So anyways, aroma, it smells okay. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Appearance, well, I like that lacing. I mean, the body is what it's supposed to be. Kind of a small head. I'll give it a 4 out of 5 on appearance. Taste, probably give it a 6 out of 10. I mean, tastes perfectly fun. It has like that little bit of a tang to it, but I mean, it doesn't taste bad at all. Palate, what's weird is this is 5.8 ABV. I mean, it drinks like a 4.5 or. I mean, it drinks like a much lighter beer than it is. There's no reason for it to be that strong, especially if they're going for like a sessionable summer beer. I mean, this should be like 5% ABV tops. So I mean, it really doesn't have the flavor that a 5.8 should have. That being said, it is very, very drinkable, really refreshing, super smooth, easy to get down. I'll give it a 4 out of 5 on palate, just kind of like as a compromise. And overall, I mean, it's okay. It's nothing amazing. I'll give it how about a 14 out of 20? That's a 3.4, which I believe is a 6, maybe a 5. Yeah, it's a 6. So, yeah, 6 out of 10. I think maybe that's what I gave it last time. I don't remember. 6 out of 10 to Bell's Oberon Ale. It's okay. I think I don't really know anyone that raves about this beer. It's just kind of like, it's just kind of like well known. It's probably one of the better. Like, yeah, I would drink this over Blue Moon, but there's still stuff I would drink over this. So, although one thing I do like about this beer is the bottle design. I love the orange and the blue, and I think their cap. I think this is the best, one of the best bottle caps I've ever seen. How bright orange it is, and like with the sun there. I think that's really cool. So, yeah. All right, that's it for this episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. I'll see you guys around. Thanks for watching. Cheers.